Hi everyone. I know this is not an art video per se, but I just am so impressed with myself. I had to share this. So I really want a stool for my shed where I do art. There's a workbench and it's high like a bar, and I didn't have a stool to fit there. In the past I've had stools and I just didn't have one anymore. Anyway, so I went on Facebook Marketplace to try to get a used one, and there were none at the time. And then I looked, oh, maybe I'll get a nice one. I'll splurge. I'll get a new one from Target. Well, they were like over $100, and I don't have any money. So anyway, my neighbor has a lot of things. I asked him if he had a stool. He said no, but then later on in the day he brought me this chair. When he brought it to me, I was disappointed. It's a regular chair, and it's it's kind of funky, but I'm going to replace the seat on it and everything, but it's just a regular chair. So I went and I measured how tall I need it to be to sit comfortably, and I think I got it right. So this is what I did. I haven't glued it yet, but this is what I intend to do. So it's a metal chair, but the bottom was a rubber stopper. I drilled a hole in it and I stuck this aluminum rod that I had in there. I don't think this is necessary per se, but I think it probably adds some kind of stability. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm just kind of figuring it out here. Then I had these PVC pipes already that I didn't have to buy or anything, and it sits right on top of the little stopper, so some of the weight's going to be distributed onto that. Then to keep it from popping off, I got this 1-inch pipe that slides right over the whole thing up to the little nut there. And you think, oh no, she's going to sit on that, the nut might pop off. It's not going to actually have the weight distributed on that. That's just where it's going to sit as I glue it. So I got regular hair gel, Gorilla Glue, and I'm going to kind of glue the whole thing. I'm just going to put it really liberally, and so this is what the bottom looks like. It'll kind of sit on both pipes. So remember, this one's on the rubber stopper, this one's on the little nut itself, but it's going to have glue all throughout, so basically it's going to be on the rubber stopper. So I feel really proud of myself. Yeah, had to share. Okay, so I had it upside down for a while so that the glue that I put in would drip that way, and then I wanted to have it the other way, so I brought it in my art shed. See, it's on my, I built these big shelves, lofty shelves. I built those, and I built these little shelves too. It's messy because I have a lot of stuff that I'm always working on. Oh, look at my ribbons. Ooh, fancy. Yes. Oh, I have a blue one somewhere in here. Yeah, first. Anyway, this is my, I don't know if I ever made a video about my shed. I made a video, but I never shared it on YouTube. That's what it was. So, anyway, what was I talking about? The chair, yes. So after I let it sit upside down for a while, and I saw a lot of the glue was kind of coming out of the other end, I said, oh, well, let me put it the other way so at least it'll kind of disperse, throughout. And just because the Gorilla Glue is so messy when it foams up, which is really good for this project. That's why I specifically got it. Some projects, it's annoying that it foams up because you don't want it to, and it's hard to remove once it's dry. But for this one, I wanted that foaming effect because I want it to fill up as much of the crevices as possible so it's more secure. Anyway, I figure after it's all dry and everything, I see one leg's a little bit bent. I'll fix that. It's metal after all, it's fine. And I'll sand it and take off that seat, and I'll put a nice foam cushiony seat for my buttocks. So I guess I can make the whole, hold off and make the video once I'm done with the chair. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I feel like I'm not getting it all in because I'm too close. I would really like to get a new camera. This camera wouldn't turn on earlier, and it's just, it's pretty old. I think my mom bought this camera in 2008, maybe. Yeah. No. It was when I graduated college, so the first time. It was, yeah, 2008. I'm such an idiot, I forgot. Anyway, so I had the fan on, but it's really loud in here with the fan on. So I'm going to put the fan back on because I'm starting to sweat. It is so hot. It's like 80 degrees today. Oh, look. Okay, so this is my house there. And I have this cool screen that's magnetized. And in between my house and my shed, it's constantly, there's a bee. It's a carpenter bee. I don't know if you can see him. Let's see. I kind of hide here because he hasn't attacked me, but he's like, he's rude. There he is. He moves around a lot too. I tried spraying him with hornet spray, but he flies too fast. But yet when I'm not spraying him, he hovers there, like he just loiters. Anyway, he needs to move along. I think it's because he likes the flowers in my yard. I have clovers, blackberry flowers right now, and satsuma flowers, which, you know, I guess you guys know what satsumas are. It's like orange. It is an orange. A type of orange. Anyway, okay. Bye. Okay, so it's the next day. These are totally dry. They work great. I took the seat off. That's the board. This was the cushion that was on there. It's kind of yuck, but I don't have another one, so I'm just going to add some extra cushion. And I took the old funky top off, and since the chair is reddish with black, I don't know, it's mostly red, I'm going to use some cool fabric I have that have red in it. And I will oh, and I'm going to spray paint the chair as well. Hopefully that works out. Well, we'll see. Okay, so I cleaned up the chair quite a bit because it was, I don't know, kind of greasy, like probably especially here from where people were grabbing it. So I degreased, well, I sanded it. I wore a mask. I don't think it's got lead paint in it, but you never know. I sanded it quite a bit, degreased it real good, and then wiped it down with just water to get the degreaser off. And so I spray painted the legs that I put on black. I'm not really good at spray painting. I usually have some drips. These came out okay, I guess. But I was moving it around constantly too. I was holding it, so. I was going to paint this red, but I don't have enough red paint. So I have 3 cans of white paint. So I'm just going to do the whole thing in white. For the seat, I took the seat that was on there and I cut a piece of fabric that's bigger because I'm adding some extra foam. And also I'm going to have a liner. This time they didn't have a liner. They had like, I don't know, it's just like faux leather kind of thing. But anyway, it was torn, so it doesn't, even if it looked okay, it was torn. So, but anyway, so that's the liner. The fabric that I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and iron it and starch it real good so the seat looks nice. So, yeah. I forgot to mention I also took the piece of wood and glued it. I didn't really have to because it's the bottom and no one sees it, but I was kind of like, might as well. And this is just some white paper. I had it weighed down. It was just basically the glue that I use on my art, so kind of like Elmer's glue. And I painted it on with the paintbrush. And the screws, it only had 2 in the chair, and they were like mismatched, so they probably weren't original. But I found these, and they all match, so that'll probably work. They're a bit longer, but I'm putting cushion, so, and there's no point on them, so it'll probably be fine. No butt stabbing, probably. So here's my cushion. Since it had extra fabric in it, I kneeled on it and kind of squished it down as I stapled it. And I started in the center, and then I went to the side and I did the center of that one, center of that one, center of that one, etc. Until it was pretty tight. This is just a liner, like the cushion was dirty, kind of dirty, and I didn't have another one. I guess I could have washed it, but it looked stained anyway. But anyway, so I just covered it. I mean, this is just for me to paint on, you know. It's not supposed to be fancy anyway. So, This is the fabric that I'm going to ultimately cover it with. There's some little children. Looks like Chinese themed, maybe. Yeah. So I'll wrap that up and show you after. So I think I'm done spray painting it white. You see how I marked off or sectioned off the colors there and the legs there. I'm going to take this off now because it's dry. Should be pretty cool, I think. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to take all the paper off. So I took all the newspaper off, and it's got black legs now, the ones I added, and the white center and red on the back part. And I'm about to put the cushion, so I will show you that. So here it is. And I know the leg is bent a little bit, but I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm not real heavy anyway, so I think probably someone too heavy got in it and bent the leg, but I'm pretty proud of it. It's the first time I've ever done a piece of furniture like this. And it was out of necessity because I needed a stool anyway, and I didn't want to pay for one. I don't know if it was easier to just pay for one though, because it kind of took me a little while. But I like the little pattern on there, cute. I got a table I'm working on, but I've been kind of working on it for a long time. So there's my chair. Had to come in my garage to show it because my lights are kind of dim in my art shed. So there you go.